Dave Ramsey is one of the most famous personal finance gurus in history. He delivers his information with energy in an incredibly engaging manner. He offers tips and tricks for people to improve their financial situation. His quintessential course, Financial Peace University, is wildly popular with people who want to get out of debt and achieve financial freedom. In today's video, we summarize the key elements of Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps. Before we begin, please like this video and hit the subscribe button with notifications turned on so you will be the first to know about new content. Our mission at the Personal Finance and Investing channel is to empower people to achieve financial independence. Subscribing will help us achieve that goal. Now, let's get back to today's video. Today, we're going to summarize the 7 baby steps of Dave Ramsey's financial freedom method. Baby step number 1, save $1,000 for your starter emergency fund. Ramsey advocates for people to first focus on saving $1,000 as fast as humanly possible. This fund will cover the basic financial liability of the unexpected events that life throws at people, such as unexpected medical bills or car repairs. Without an emergency fund, the unexpected event that life throws at you will lead to both a medical emergency as well as a financial emergency. Baby step number 2. Pay off all debt except the house using the debt snowball. This is one of Ramsey's most famous and entertaining lessons. He encourages people to bring credit cards to class and cut them up in front of the class as a live statement of commitment to the principles of becoming debt-free. He also uses the phrase gazelle intensity as a call to action for how committed people should be to becoming debt-free. He points out that cheetahs are the fastest land animal on Earth, and yet gazelles routinely escape from cheetahs and avoid being dinner. For the gazelle, it is life and death, and although the odds are stacked against them, the intensity that they show in racing against their lives causes them to win on occasion. Ramsey argues that people who wandered into debt need to have the same level of intensity around getting out of debt because it is extremely hard to do. Ramsey offers a practical method for getting out of debt. First, start by listing all of your debts except the mortgage in order of the size of the balance from smallest to largest. He specifically tells students to ignore the interest rate on those loans and instead focus on the size of the outstanding principal. Then adjust the payments on each debt so that you will be making the minimum payments on all of them except the debt with the smallest balance. He then tells students to attack that smallest loan with a vengeance and give it everything you've got. Allocate any of the extra money that above and beyond the minimum payment on other loans to the smallest debt. Allocate additional money from the budget towards the smallest loan. Earn extra income to put towards the smallest loan. Reduce expenses in the budget to put extra money towards that smallest loan. Be gazelle intense at paying off that first smallest debt as soon as possible. As soon as the smallest debt is completely paid off, take that entire payment and add it to the minimum payment that is being made on the next smallest debt. Keep applying the same methodology to each debt until they are all paid off. This is the famous debt snowball that he refers to, where the debts become successively faster to make progress against because students are applying an increasingly larger payment to each debt rather than making the minimum payments that most people typically make. In this step, Ramsey also provides training about budgeting to students. There are 2 key principles to his teaching about budgeting. First is to use a zero-based budget. He jokes that people often have more month left over at the end of their money. A zero-based budget is one where your income minus expenses equals 0. Students are taught to list their monthly income and then list out all of their expenses. Subtract the expenses from the income to achieve $0 at the end. This step often requires students to make adjustments to their expenses, such as reducing how much they spend in certain areas in order to ensure that their expenses aren't higher than their income. The second principle is to utilize an envelope-based system with cash to implement that budget. Once a person has determined how much money they will spend on groceries in a given month, he or she should withdraw that amount of cash, or a portion of it initially, and keep it in their wallet in an envelope labeled for groceries. Then, when they go to the store, they should use that cash to make the payment for the groceries. This way, students will be more thoughtful about what they buy because they know they have a limited supply of cash in their envelope, which means they can only buy a certain amount. Without a cash-based spending system, People typically spend more and put the extra on credit cards, so they will deal with the consequences of overspending later. It is key for students to monitor progress throughout the month to ensure they are sticking to the amounts in their budget. Ramsey is also famous for encouraging students and callers into his syndicated radio program to do the debt-free scream once they have paid off all their debts. Baby step number 3, save 3 to 6 months of expenses in a fully funded emergency fund. Once you have paid off your debts, congratulations! Pat yourself on the back, but don't slow down because you still have 5 more baby steps to go. The money that was going to pay off the debts should immediately be put into the emergency fund to fully fund it. This is defined as having between 3 to 6 months of expenses saved up. This fund is designed to cover a more significant long-standing emergency, such as job loss that takes 6 months to recover from, or significant medical expenses. Baby step number 4, invest 15% of your household income into retirement savings. As above, keep your foot on the gas pedal and don't slow down now. The income that was first going to pay off debts and then to fund the emergency fund should now be saved for retirement. Note, many people have a different approach, and retirement savings often is one of the first things they allocate money to. Ramsey is specific in saying that students should not spend anything on retirement or other savings until the first 3 baby steps are completed. Ramsey encourages people to allocate 15% of their household income towards retirement, starting with 401k plans, where there is an employer match to take advantage of free money. Then open up a Roth IRA and put money towards that to take advantage of the tax-free growth of the account. In a future video, we will go into the differences between Roth and traditional IRAs and other retirement savings accounts. Baby step number 5, save for your children's college fund. Ramsey is also specific in encouraging people to only contribute to college savings after maxing out retirement savings. While he doesn't provide specific financial metrics for how much people should invest for college, he does summarize the types of investments that can be made. These are as follows: Education Savings Account, ESA, or Education IRA. These are like a Roth IRA, except for education. It allows you to invest up to $2,000 per year after tax per child. It also grows tax-free. The ESA has a higher savings rate than a regular savings account. Note, this is limited to $2,000 per year per child. 529 Plan. This is an investment plan for qualified education expenses for a designated beneficiary that offers tax benefits. You can invest your after-tax contributions in mutual funds or similar investments like Roth IRAs. These investments grow and can be withdrawn tax-free in the future, assuming that the money is used for qualified higher education benefits. Uniform Transfer to Minors Act, or Uniform Gift to Minors Act, UTMA or UGMA. In this investment vehicle, the account is in the child's name, but is controlled by a parent or guardian until the child reaches age 21. Once the child turns 21, or 18 for the UGMA, they'll be able to control the account in any way they choose. Thus, this is like opening up a mutual fund in your child's name. There are some limitations to these programs, making them less appealing than an ESA or 529 plan. In a future video, we will go into detail about other college savings plan opportunities. Baby step number 6, pay off your home early. This is an important step in the Dave Ramsey financial method. Paying off the home early is a huge step. Homes are often the largest purchase we will ever make in our lifetime, so to pay it off early usually involves a lot of money. However, it is a prudent financial move because paying it off early will save significantly on interest payments. And once it's paid off, the monthly cash flow liability that a person has drops significantly, giving them massive flexibility in their financial situation. And lastly, baby step number 7, build wealth and give. One of Dave Ramsey's mottos is to encourage people to live like no one else now, so you can live like no one else later. By this, he means encouraging people to live like no one else in the short term by not taking on debt and being incredibly thrifty and living off a budget and not overspending. Most people take on huge amounts of debt, especially credit card debt, in order to make their lives easier in the short term. Living like no one else in the short term will allow people to then live like no one else in the long term. For those who have paid off their debts, saved for retirement and college, and paid off their home early, then they have the flexibility to have fun and spend more money in retirement, whereas their peers likely will have to work longer and not have as much flexibility in their spending. In baby step number 7, Ramsey encourages people to do anything they want to do. They can be generous and give money away, leave an inheritance for their children, or spend their money however they want to. This is the most fun step and can only be done if people have lived their lives in a specific way up until that point. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Also, let us know if you have specific topics or questions that you want us to address in future videos. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can help achieve our mission of empowering people to achieve financial independence. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.